If you owned your Toronto condo for close to a decade, February 2026 data shows something specific happening right now that most condo owners are sitting on the wrong side of. Your condo and that house you want to buy are not in the same market. They operate under completely different rules. And right now, those two markets are moving in opposite directions at the same time. That gap does not stand still while you wait. It grows. And there's a structural reason why it keeps growing. It has nothing to do with interest rates or general slowdown. I'm going to show you exactly what that is. In this video, I'm going to show you three things. First, the supply numbers from February 2026 that shows exactly how different these two markets are right now. Second, a structural supply problem that is specific to condos is not going away quickly. And third, where I think the market is going over the next 6 to 12 months and what that means for condo owners who are thinking about making this move. Stay through the data section because the third thing is the one most people are not talking about. I work with condo owners in Toronto every week who are asking this exact question. I'm not going to tell you now is the time to buy in any market. I'm going to show you the February 2026 TRREB data and tell you what it means specifically for someone who bought a 2-bedroom condo around 2015 and has been watching the market for the last 2 years. If that's you, this video is built for your situation. Here is what February 2026 TRREB data shows. Condos in Toronto are at 5 months of supply. There's 4,500 active listings against 1,000 sales in February. This is a deep buyer's market. Prices are down 8.9% year over year. The average condo is sitting on the market for 54 days. You heard that, 54 days. Semi-detached homes are at 2.5 months of supply. Average days on market is 20 days. Well-priced properties are receiving multiple offers and selling over asking. Prices are up 8.6% month over month in February. So 5 months versus 2.5 months. 54 days versus 20 days. These are not two versions of the same market moving at slightly different speeds. They operate under completely different rules. When you own a condo that takes 54 days to sell on average, and you want to buy a semi-detached that moves in 20 days, you're the seller with more time and the buyer with less. The asymmetry is the whole trade. Now, here's the part that most condo owners are not aware of. There's a reason the condo market is deep in oversupply. It's not just a general slowdown. It is structural. It is specific to condos, and it's not clearing away quickly. Between 2021 and 2022, thousands of pre-con condos units were purchased across the GTA at peak prices. Those buildings are completing right now. Each one completes, the buyer decides whether to move in or sell. A large portion are choosing to sell. They're adding new finished inventory into a market that has already too much. This is not a one-quarter event. The pipeline runs through 2026 and 2027. Every quarter, more pre-construction completions add to the supply stack your condo is competing against. The semi-detached market has no equivalent problem. You cannot build new semi-detached homes in established Toronto neighborhoods. The streets are built. The lots are sized. When demand comes back, the supply cannot respond. That is what a structural constrained market looks like. Your condo is in a market with a multi-year supply overhang. The house you want is in a market where new supply is structurally impossible. The gap between them does not stay the same while you wait for your condo to feel better. It grows because the underlying conditions are moving in opposite directions. Let me make this concrete. I'm sitting with a client recently, 2-bedroom condo in Leslieville. She bought it for $420,000 in 2015. It's worth about $780 right now. She's been thinking about making the move to a house for 2 years. Every time we talk, the conversation ends the same way. She wants to wait a little longer. Wait for a condo to feel better. Wait for the right moment. Last month, a semi-detached on a street she wants to live on sold in 9 days, multiple offers. Over asking. Her condo has been listed for 47 days. Same city, same week. Two different markets moving in opposite directions. Every week, she waits. The pre-con pipeline adds more competition to her sell. The semi-detached she wants gets tighter. I tell you this story not because it's unusual. I tell you because it's the most common situation I see right now among condo owners who've been in their unit for a decade. Let me map this to your specific situation. Whether now is the right time depends on which of these three scenarios you're in. Scenario 1, the space generally does not work anymore. Your partner is working from home. Your kids needs their own room. The 2-bedroom condo has been your workaround for 2 years and you're out of workarounds. For you, the market time question is almost secondary. You're not speculating. You're moving because staying is no longer a reasonable option. What matters is the sequence and the numbers. After 10 years of ownership, your equity almost certainly qualifies you to execute this move cleanly. The market conditions right now support doing it. Scenario 2, the space is tight, but you have some runway. The 2-bedroom works for now, but you can see where it's going. Another year, maybe 2, before it stops working. The direction is clear. The data supports moving sooner rather than later here. The semi-detached properties you want are already getting competitive. Starting the process now, even if you do not complete the move for 6 months, puts you ahead of the pre-con overhang on your sell side and ahead of the demand recovery on the buy side. Scenario 3, you're watching, but there's no urgency yet. The condo works. You have significant equity. You're thinking about the move, but you're not feeling the pressure. The right move right now is not pull the trigger. It is get your numbers in order. Pull the compare sales for your unit type in your building. Get pre-approved so you know exactly what you qualify for today, not what you qualify for when you bought. Know your equity numbers precisely. That preparation costs you nothing. It means when the right property appears, you can move in days rather than weeks. In all 3 scenarios, the answer is the same. Know your real numbers. The market would not wait for you to get ready after you find the house. If you find this video useful, every week I go through TRREB data, explain what it actually means for people in your specific situation. Subscribe for more videos just like this. Now I want to show you where I think this market goes over the next 6 to 12 months, because the timing question is not just about where the market is today. It is about what is forming right now that closes this window. The sales to new listing ratio for semi-detached in February was 36%. It's up sharply from 28% in January. The threshold that makes a balanced market is 40%. We're close. The new listings are down 17% year over year because buyers are pulling back. Do not want to list in a soft market. And TRREB estimates there's over 100,000 GTA buyers are currently sitting on the sidelines, waiting for prices to stabilize, waiting for clarity on trade policies. That price stability is forming right now in the semi-detached segment. When 100,000 buyers come back to a market where sellers have been holding back listings, they do not trickle in. They usually come back in groups. The first segment to tighten is the one that is already tight. Semi-detached at 2.5 months of supply is already tight. That's the seller's market already. On the condo side, the pre-con pipeline does not stop in 2026. It continues into 2027. The overhang your condo is competing against is not a 2026 problem. It's a 2026 and 2027 problem. You're not trying to time the bomb perfectly. You're trying to move before the semi-detached window closes and before your condo enters an even more competitive sell environment. Both of these conditions are forming right now. And here's my take of selling a 2-bedroom condo in this market. 54 days on the market is the average. That means some condos sell in 30 days and some take 75 or 80. The ones that sell in 30 days are priced accurately against the comparable sales from the last 30 days in that specific building and unit type. Not what they were worth in 2022, and not even what they were worth in 2025, what they were actually selling for today. The condo owners sitting for 75 days are the ones who price where they want it to be, not where the market is. The extra 45 days costs real money. Maybe there's 2 more mortgage payments, 2 more months of condo fees come directly out of your equity. Price it right, sell in 30 days, then buy with full clarity on your number. That is sequence. You have to do it in that order. The buyer's market you're selling into requires accuracy on price. The seller market you're buying into requires decisiveness on purchase. A decade of equity gives you the cushion to execute both correctly. Let me give you the direct answer. Yes, for a 2-bedroom condo owner who has owned for close to a decade, the conditions in Toronto market right now are as good as they have been in 2 years for making this move. The semi-detached market is stabilizing. Supply is at 2.5 months and tightening. The sales to new listing ratio is approaching the balanced market threshold. The 100,000 sideline buyers are going to come back and then go to the segment that is already tight. Your condo is in a market with a structural supply problem that does not clear quickly. The gap between your condo and the house you want does not stand still while you wait. It grows. Move forward if you have owned for at least 7 to 8 years and built good equity. After a decade, most condo owners in established Toronto neighborhoods have between 400 to 500,000 in net equity. That is a tool. Your household income today supports carrying costs of $1.2 to $1.4 million purchase, not your 2015 income, but your now. The space in your condo has generally stopped working for how you live. You plan to hold the house for at least 7 years. Hold off if your equity covers the minimum down payment but leaves no financial buffer. One unexpected expense should not equal fragility. Your income situation is uncertain right now. Your condo generally still works for another 12 to 18 months. Use that time to build savings and watch the spring data. The condo owners who look back at this as exactly the right window are the ones who ran their real numbers, understood the supply conditions on both sides, and acted when both sides of the trades were in their favor. Right now, for someone who has owned for close to a decade, both sides are. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.